Steve, you must be slightly frustrated tonight. 2-0 up at home and we managed just to draw.
Yes, not the best place in the change room at the minute, but we're going away to Needham 2-0. 2-0 up tonight. I felt comfortable. Come out second half. Alex O'Crofi took a whack in the first half. Stud marks down his thigh. Started to seize up a bit, so he had to come off. Put Luke Allen in there. I think the only difference was, Jim, when we put 3 in midfield, we got 3 good ball players in there. We didn't seem to get on the ball enough. We marked and tracked runners well, but when we had possession, we just didn't get on it enough. And like a comment I heard when I come off parking the bus, we didn't park the bus. We just wasn't good enough on the ball, because even before they got their last goal, Nathan Elder's had a chance near post. You've got George Bevan. He's had a 6-yard box. Somehow managed to get it over. So that could be 3-1, 4-1, and then everyone's happy. But football's not like that. If you don't take your chances, you got a chance of being caught. And fair play, they plugged away, they threw everything at us, and they got their equaliser. But I just feel that at times, when we solid up, basically man for man in midfield, we didn't keep the ball well enough, and we was getting exposed at times until Alex come off. So, like I say, not too disappointed. I think a lot of people are, but I've looked at the league table. I'm happy where we are. I'm happy with the games we've got, and if we keep picking up points, whether it's 1 or 3, whether it's home or away, we're going to keep climbing the table.
Great to see Alex get his first goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's a live wire. That's why we brought him in, because we know what he can do. He was all over the place tonight, defensively and attacking, and he frightens defenders, you know, and that's a great run across to get his first goal. And like I say, we'll just make sure he's ready for Saturday.
Credit Hayden Bird, he certainly must have checked. Well, did he change something at half time? There seemed to be a completely different side in the second half, Merstham.
Yeah, well, they're banging on the change room door and that, which is fair play to them. They've come back into it, but for 45 minutes, they were nowhere near it. And I'm sure he'd admit that they didn't give him enough in the first half, you know. Second half, they really went for it. It's a worldie of a goal, the first one, top corner. You got to take your hat off sometimes to that. Second one was very scrappy. Until I look at the video, I can't tell whether we could have stopped the cross originally, whether we could have got closer to close the ball down from the shot, because it didn't go with a lot of pace. So whether it's gone through a lot of bodies and Tony hasn't seen it, there's all different factors to look at. But at the end of the day, like I say, it's 2-2. Fans probably aren't happy. I'm happy because it's another point to our target of where we want to get to. Should have been 3, not by our second half performance and our ball retention. So it's not about parking the bus. We still created a number of chances and we still had them on the back foot. It's just we didn't keep the ball well enough when we should have done.
Yeah, and you can't really do much more than that, can you?
No, I just said to the players there, I said we can give them the foundations, we can tell them what we want to do, but they're the ones that got to be brave enough to go and get on it from fullbacks, from wide players. And we've got to keep the ball moving. You know, we made a great move through the middle of the park. Luke Allen's got on the edge, should have kept it going to Bluey, taken 2 defenders out, and he would have been in on goal. Got caught under his feet, lost the ball, we're out of position. So just different factors, but I'm pleased. I've got Tom Parkinson coming back, I've got Bradley coming back, you know, they'll be training Thursday, hopefully in time for selection Saturday. Just signed Mitchell Nelson, so I'm upbeat, you know, that bit of pill to swallow, a last minute goal, but come before the end of the season we're going to have that sort of luck.
And Mitchell, what can you tell us about him?
Well, Mitchell's been playing at Welling, he played 40 odd games for Dulwich last year. I've brought him in as a centre half because I feel that's his best position. We had him at Sutton. He got signed by Bournemouth from Tooting and Mitcham in his younger days as a centre half. And because of his height and his athleticism, like everybody, you make him a modern day right back and you get him up and down the pitch. But I still think his best position is centre half. Only time will tell. But he comes in, wanting to come in, wanting to play. And like I say, Sonny's got to have his operation soon, so perfect replacement. And we'll see after that month where it takes us.
Your central midfield partnership with Scans and Fippo, I mean, that is looking pretty good, isn't it? I mean, you started the game with the same formation that you started up at Needham.
Yeah, I didn't see why I needed to change it, you know, and like I said to him in there, every player's got to earn the right to have the shirt, and how much do they want that shirt, you know? And again, the 2 midfielders tonight, I thought were very, very good. I thought they'd done very well. I thought at times towards the end of the game we could have been better on the ball, which is my point. But they put a lot of work in, and like I say, every player now has got to fight for that shirt, and they'll get it, and they've got to keep it. Because I'm looking around the changing room now with the additions and with the players coming back, it's a tough call to pick a side.
That's good though, isn't it?
Of course it is.
And that's what, in a sense, that's what you're paid to do, isn't it? As a manager.
Yeah, in the last 4 or 5 weeks I've been scratching my head. It's been great to have the young lads about, you know, bringing Tashi back. I'd like to get him back out on loan again to get games, but I've had to bring him back. Young Liam, Lewis, you know, has covered for Tony at times. It's good to have them youngsters coming through. But when you look at it and look where you want to get, they're the future. The present time, you need the players that we've signed, and to get them back and hungry and raring to go, it's a massive bonus.
Well, that's really good news. Glad to hear you sounding positive. That's good.
We've got to be positive, Jim. You know, it's a game of football. Yes, we were 2-0 up. We were 2-0 up against Leiston, and come the end of the season, we'll look back at what games we lost points on, what games we should have got points, and it all evens itself out at the end of the day. You know, we haven't got beat. We've taken 4 points out of the last 6, whereas we'd won 1 in 5, I think, or 1 in 6 before that. So, like I say, positive things are we're not getting beat. And we go to Enfield, then we've got Leiston, then we've got Bognor. Massive games coming up, and then players want to play in that, and I want to manage in that. And supporters get behind us, you know, who knows where we're going to go.
Brilliant. Okay, thanks a lot for your honesty, Steve.
Cheers, Jim. Thank you, mate.